Hey everybody, Alan coming to you live. Alan Newell, if you don't know who I am, coming to you live on a Friday night down here in the coast of North Carolina.
Yes.
We're in Leland, North Carolina. We're kind of between Wrightsville Beach and Carolina Beach. This is, as you know, where I live and where I come to you live quite a bit. But I'm excited to be coming to you tonight with my good friend Christina Perry.
And I'm excited to be here.
Excited to be here. And Christina has just, many of you already know who Christina is because she's been in this industry now for
22 years.
22 years,
Yeah.
and so she's got me beat by 2 years, but not in age, but in
That's
years
a-
in the
that,
industry.
that I think is 2 years as well. It's a difference.
So I think so, yeah. And so we're excited because Christina, as you know, I'm with Touchstone Essentials, and Christina has been an amazing leader in the industry. You've been a top income earner with multiple companies. She's even owned her own company, and got lots of experience. And so we're excited that you've decided to join Touchstone Essentials.
I'm actually thrilled to death, Alan. I can't tell you how exciting it is for me right now. You know, we're approaching the fall of 2024, and it has been, I know we're going to talk about this, but it's been several years since I made a decision to actually really go back out into the field and do what I absolutely love. So, and it took a long path to get here.
Yep.
Because lots of, we'll talk about it, but lots of things that, you know, you were looking for when you found this home over 12 years ago.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
myself as well.
Yeah, yeah. So being in this industry, as many of you know, and right now it's interesting because there's a lot of options. The industry since COVID has made a lot of changes. And us as a company, I feel like that, and one of the things that we've talked about, we'll talk about more, is that our founder, Eddie Stone, has been in the industry now for 37 years this year. And he started out as a distributor, which I know you like, and he's just like, being a friend and talking to a friend.
Absolutely.
Owns a company, debt-free company, and he started this company just a little over 12 years ago. It was 12 years ago. Did a soft launch in January, 12 years ago, officially in March. And so Eddie has just been on the cutting edge. We've even been considered rebels in the industry. And because we are unique and because we do things a lot different than most companies do. Our products are pure, they're clean, they're green, certified organic, everything's natural. Eddie is so peculiar about his ingredients.
Absolutely.
And so when Christina, now your last run was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And there's so many
Such a
people.
blessing.
Such a blessing. And I know, when you and I were talking, I said, what's made you decide? Because you took a hiatus and you and your husband went out on a independent venture.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and it was a lot of international stuff. But tell us what was one of the. And I know you said I missed it.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean when you say I missed it?
Well, it's interesting. You've already said two things, Alan, that are very, very important to me. And there's several things that I look for, and then I'm gonna come back on the missing it part. There's several things that I look for, especially being in this industry so long and seeing so much in front of the scenes and also behind the scenes. And Todd, my husband and I actually, had formulated more so. Todd formulated our own product that was more on an international, now being wholesaled, where Todd is focusing. But the things that you're looking for, which is why we had started our own company, was because you talked about Eddie. And I had the opportunity to really sit down. This is back in January that I had a chance to sit down with Eddie. And somebody so down to earth. So one of the first things that I will look at before anything is who's behind this.
That's right. That's right.
Who's the captain of the ship? And it was important for me to sit down with him and ask him so many questions. And there wasn't one answer that I thought,
Yeah.
I mean, every answer was so genuine, and having owned a company and knowing all of the background and everything that you have to do, especially in nutraceuticals, especially, in nutrition, was able to ask him so many questions that a lot of people, quite frankly, especially if you're new, you wouldn't know to ask.
And it's interesting because most owners don't know the answers.
Which is true too.
Yeah.
And so that was something that was incredibly important. And not just the purity of the products, and that was another thing that's so important. As my husband, as a 2-time kidney transplant patient, having pure products in our home is so important. So knowing that these are absolutely, unequivocally, the most clean products I have ever seen in my life, that was that was very, very important.
Yeah.
But it's also, Alan, and I think sometimes this word can be used loosely.
Yeah.
Integrity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some people say they have it.
Yeah.
But you can say it all day long,
Yeah.
but it's about your actions.
Right.
And
you know, to tag on to that, I've known Eddie for now 13 years, and so the company I was with before, I was a top income earner there, and it ended up getting shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if you remember, but yeah, you remember, because 13 years ago, 12 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when there was a lot of shakeup in the industry, there was a lot of pay for play going on.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is they'll fly you in, they'll wine you, dine you, they'll tell you all this stuff. Oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, and people don't realize. And if you're just getting started in the industry and you haven't got the experience or haven't been a top income earner, you don't see this stuff.
Yeah.
You don't see this stuff. And so I was looking like you for I said, I'm going to find a company that I can be with until I stop doing this.
Absolutely.
I don't know when I'll stop doing it because it's too much fun, but we're crazy like that. But somebody said you got to go meet Eddie Stone. Yeah. And so when I went and met with Eddie, he said, I just want to tell you up front, I don't play games.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a big check.
Yep.
I'm not going to give you a big team. I'm not going to do all that. We're starting
You had
out.
to have been thankful though he said that.
It just,
I know I was.
It just made you feel so good.
Yeah.
You know, that this guy he said, but I'm going to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of. And he says, and we're going to do something special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the integrity part. I've been here 12 years and he's never once embarrassed me. I've never heard him go back on what he said.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who's just genuine. And he says, Alan, he says, I may not say what they want to hear, but I'm going to be honest because I want to under promise and over deliver.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also the transparency. So many companies are not.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of companies out there that have, you know, wonderful ownership.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things that it's not out there as transparency of what's actually going on behind the scenes. And he said the same thing to me when we met in January. You know, and what we said to,
mm-hmm.
you know, the people that had joined our company was that you may not like everything we say, but I'm going to share with you, you know, the truth. And that is something so incredibly important.
Yeah, it is. It is. So ownership, and then you got to see,
you know, just the ownership and the integrity, and really understand, you know, you had mentioned the fact that he had started 37 years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was when I was saying, oh no, because, you know, we're around the same age. Mm-hmm. You know, I think he and I are the same age. And people were trying to talk with me about this all these years ago. And I was in sales and marketing in the corporate world and kept saying no, hissing at people, no.
Right.
He started 37 years ago.
Yeah. It's a great story that you can hear later, but it was good. Yeah.
But, you know, I wouldn't change anything because I feel like what I learned in the corporate world has certainly helped me, you know, out in the field, you know, as a distributor. Mm-hmm. But just sitting down, you know, with Eddie and talking with him and knowing that he's a distributor. Yep. Started that way. Yep. Has experienced everything that I've experienced. Yep. And those are the people that should be running companies.
That's right. That's right.
Are the ones that start out as distributors because they know what it feels like to be out in the field.
That's right. And Eddie loves to be in the field. Eddie loves to go out. I mean, you know, we do events and do. I mean, if you were doing a home event, remember the home event parties?
Oh my gosh!
Back then, we were doing them like 4 or 5 nights a week.
Pretty much every night.
Yeah. And so before COVID, we were doing that a lot too. And Eddie would say, and of course Eddie we're down here in Leland. Eddie's about 2 hours north of us. And he would say, let me know if you want to come. Mm-hmm. Let me know if you want to come. Because he just enjoys
He'll get into the trenches.
Yep. In a minute.
I believe that so wholeheartedly.
Well, and being a distributor, Eddie's seen the good, bad, and the ugly.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I'll never forget one of the things, and I know you've looked closely at our compensation plan. Mm-hmm. You looked at the tools that we have.
Well, that's the next thing I was going to get to. You know, when you're looking at a company, again, there's several different things really, around 5 that are, you know, really crucial when you're looking. Mm-hmm. And having been a part of writing compensation plans, being a part of several different types of compensation plans, it was so important for me to be able to sit down and understand from the very beginning, how do you get from 0 to 500? How do you get to 0 to 1,000? And this is monthly, you know, because there's some people that just want to make an extra 500 to 1,000 a month. That's right. It's the new person in this compensation plan. But in today's world, in this industry, it's if you do not have a strong, true affiliate program, you're not only missing out, but you're messing up.
Well, there's a lot of companies, as you see, and one of the ones, as you're watching this video, if you've been in the industry, you've seen lately that Rodan and Fields. They've been around for how many years?
And I know so many people that have been hurt by that.
I know, and it's sad. It really is. And our heart goes out to those people.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what they're doing is, and I've had so many people contact me, Christina, and say, "What are y'all doing?" Because we have a true affiliate program.
Yes.
And we have all the tools that go with that. And we've got some amazing affiliate marketers who are. What's interesting is you can take a brand new, and back in the day, it was how long you been in the industry. That's the top 5% were the ones making the money. But here, when you've got a true affiliate program, no, they're doing extremely well.
And I have to share with you, Alan, and Eddie did as well when I met with him in January, in talking with you and you just sharing with me some of the stories of, and I don't know if you want to give a couple of quick examples, but just, out there with social media, the way it is.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm still learning some of the new social media. But if you're not tapped into that, you're missing out. But you have these people that are, whether it's young single mothers or just stay-at-home moms, but they're just starting out, have never done this before, never been in this industry.
Right.
And the success that they're having is crazy.
Well, the hurdles right now in the industry, the hurdles that when you look at, so what's going on? And I was just having a conversation a couple of days ago with Troy Dooley, and you know who Troy is.
Absolutely.
Troy's been around, he's been in the industry over 40 years. He grew up in the industry as a child. His parents were in the industry. And, the hurdles that are struggling with people, Eddie knows that. He's seen that. And we changed that 5 years ago. The hurdles are, in today's economy, if you look, people are trying to put food on their table.
Oh, absolutely.
People are wanting to do a side gig now. Back in the day when we were doing the other companies, people wanted to do a side gig because they wanted to get a nicer car. Yeah. They wanted to take a vacation to Hawaii. Now people are trying to put food on their table.
Absolutely.
And literally pay their power bill. Yeah. I was just talking to a young lady earlier who I talked to, and she lives in Virginia. And it's just as hot in Virginia. Yeah. Her air conditioner's been out in her car. She's a single mother with 4 kids. And she said, my air conditioner's been out for about 2 months. Yeah. And she said, I cannot, and she's a veteran. And she said, I just can't afford to get it fixed. It's either food on my table or get my air conditioner fixed. And those are the kind of people that if you said to her, you got to buy this big package, you got to do this big auto ship, you got to do all this stuff.
Don't have to do that.
That's where people and companies are looking at the affiliate marketing program and saying, how can we make this work? Yeah. Well, we've been doing it for 5 years. Yeah. And we've got it figured out to where we're never losing our MLM side, but we've got an opportunity. I've got, as Christina said, single moms who came on board with us simply for the products because their children needed the product. We've got children products. We've got products that are good for all ages. Yeah. And they came on as customers. And we've got over 72% customers. Yeah,
which is phenomenal. And that's something else that you want to look for in a company. What is the customer base like? And I was so incredibly impressed with that.
Yeah. Yeah, because people when I talk to them and they say, how big is your team? And I tell them, they go, oh my gosh, because they're thinking distributors, 500,000 people. And they're thinking, how do you get them in distributors? 72% of them are customers. And our reorder rate's so high, but it's just, single moms who start out using our products for their kids or their family, and they love them. And then we say, you can share these with people and make commission. Oh, I can? Yeah. Well, what do I got to join? What membership fee do I have to pay? What is it going to do? Have I had to have the? No, you don't need to do any of that. You just
which made me so incredibly happy to be able to, you were talking about earlier how there's so much has changed in this industry in the last 10, 12 years. Yes. And it was always about the biggest package and the biggest package that you purchase. That's how you're going to, succeed. But where people now can literally come in at zero startup, and be able to earn a commission. Right. You said people are trying to put food on the table. People are trying to put gas in the car. I mean, economy right now, we won't even go into that subject. Right. But when you look at the simplicity of what people are able to do as a true affiliate, is phenomenal. And that was something that also brought my attention because of all the challenges. People are, they're looking at this industry and they're saying, I don't want to be a part of MLM because of the past, because of how things had happened in the past. Right. So this is why we know that Touchstone not only has been here for 12 years, it's going to be here for 12 more and 12 more and 12 more. And it is because of how Eddie just a brilliant within his own mind, but also talks with other people, which is very smart to do.
Yeah.
And, listened and knows what needs to happen out in the field to attract people.
Right.
And that's what's making this company such amazing success. And I know you can bring it up, but just talking about how when COVID, all companies pretty much, because of Zooms, right? So many companies started increasing their bottom line.
Oh, yeah.
But then what happened after?
Well, a lot of companies struggled during COVID being out of stock with products,
True.
not being able to get products, having to, and when you can sell all you want, but if they can't ship it, you don't get paid.
True.
And we were never out of stock during COVID, not one time, which is to Eddie's benefit. But, I just wanted to say, for you listening out there, and especially those of you who've been around the industry for a while, whether you've been out for a while or not, there are companies that are looking at what we're doing and they're trying to emulate us.
Yes, we know that.
And there's some of them that are saying, oh, we got, this and that and the other thing. And I'll invite you to, just like Christina did, and I said to Christina, when we talked about some of those things, I said, just look behind the curtain and let's compare apples to apples. Let's compare what they're doing versus what we're doing. We've been doing it for 5 years, solidly, strongly. And I wanted to throw this in there because there's companies that are trying to do affiliate marketing. I know one company says you can be an affiliate marketer for $40 a month. That's not an affiliate marketer. No. And the volume of that doesn't go in the tree. And if you don't know what the tree is I've got tons of affiliate marketers in my downline, my tree, whatever you want to call it. The volume counts.
Yes.
And you get paid on it, just like they're a distributor, just like they're. So we actually have a customers, we have affiliates, and then we have affiliate plus.
Right.
And we use that name because plus you get to build a downline. Plus you get all the bonuses and the rank advance bonuses and all that. So
let's also talk about, the influencer side.
Yes.
Again, I was mentioning earlier about social media and the impact that social media has had globally. And you look at influencers who have, what would you consider an influencer with how many followers?
We look at 250,000 followers or more.
There's so many out there. And they are also looking for pure products because a true influencer is going to put the best of the best. If you're on TikTok, you see it, or if you're on, whether it's YouTube or the Facebooks, the reels and everything, the stories and reels, you're really seeing people promote some pretty phenomenal products. And these influencers are, they're very creative, and a lot of them are also looking for more nutritional products to be able to share as well.
That's right. So, two of the big topics right now are the economy and trying to put food on your table, and people's health, because of just what we went through with COVID and all that. There's people with that are still suffering from that. There's people that are suffering from things they call long haulers. There's people that are struggling health-wise who have never recovered. There's children that are so everybody's looking to improve their health.
Yeah.
How can I improve my health? How can I get the proper nutrition? Well, go to the store and literally trying to buy groceries, but think about trying to buy organic.
Yeah.
People can't afford it.
No.
And so that's kind of we've kind of there's that movie The Perfect Storm.
Oh yeah,
great story, and I feel like that's what we have here. And so when you're let's go back. I want to back up for a minute on the part about you said I missed building a team, and I missed building that, and I want you to kind of elaborate a little bit on because you were saying you were like you were testing the waters. You were looking and going, do I want to get back in? And it has to, I know you said to me, it has to be the right fit because I want to do bigger and better things than I did last time.
Very true. Had wonderful success in the past and feel very, very blessed. And I can share with you that was not by guesswork. That was really learning, the industry, but also learning the company, learning everything about, whatever company at the time, I was representing, and have had really large organizations. But what I really miss between being an owner of a company, which, Todd is still focused on from a wholesale standpoint, the difference of that and being out in the field, I just miss working with teams and working with individuals. And I've always said this from the very beginning. And we all know the more people that you help is going to come back to yourself. So I always took myself out of the equation.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like being an owner, you're not able to really sit in there and truly, you can connect, but not, not worrying about, we'll let Eddie worry about,
the numbers,
the numbers, the products, and all of that. and let's go out there and truly help those people
Yeah.
day in and day out. That is what truly fulfills my heart. And some people say that, and it's not necessarily true because they're kind of in it for themselves.
That's right.
But to me, when I see someone succeed or I see someone's health improve, that I go to sleep at night feeling incredibly fulfilled and incredibly happy.
Yeah.
So being able to get back out in the field, but I also miss, we still do, everybody does Zooms, but I got to tell you, I miss that. I really miss that relationship and that closeness and the families that you build. And, I've been blessed to have really built that through the years with so many people and having close relationships, and looking forward to obviously being with all of you again. And so, and there's more reasons than that, but just the way I feel in my heart, and I've told the excitement that I had, the genuine, just knowing to help somebody.
It's interesting how the first time I ever saw Christina was I was at an event and I saw her on stage, and I don't know how many people was there. It was a massive crowd. It was a massive crowd, and the impact, and I didn't know you. I didn't know who you were, but the applause that you got, and the impact, and then when you started speaking, the impact that you made, and I was just in awe at how powerful you are and your leadership ability. And then when I got the call that said Lisa's looking at joining us, I was excited. I was like, is that the same person that I remember seeing on that stage? And I can tell you that she started working with us or talking to us in January, and you've been through some health issues, which you can discuss if you want to do or not. But because she's finally now ready to launch.
Oh yeah.
And so, but here's the thing: have you ever worked with somebody and you talk to them in January and they decide to launch in July? Between January and July, it's like, are they alive? Are they okay? What's going on? And just your passion for what you're doing, and the phone calls and the conversations and the Zooms that we've had, your passion for this just shines through. And so, and her goal is to, if you know her from the past, and I don't know how big your team was. I mean, people-wise and stuff, it was massive.
Yeah, we've had, through the years, several hundred thousand.
Several hundred thousand.
Yeah.
And when she said to me, Alan, I feel like what we have here at Touchstone Essentials, with the owner, the systems, the products, the compensation plan, and the tools, you told me you could do twice what you did before.
Yeah, no, I truly believe, getting back out there, and I am truly passionate about it. I believe that this will be, I don't know if the biggest build is really what I'm trying to say, but I feel like that we're going to be able to influence and help more people than I ever have before.
Yeah.
And you were talking about health issues, and sometimes we go through that, and a lot of you know of Todd and transplant. I was blessed to be able to give him a kidney in 2018, but I this year have faced 2 major surgeries, and one of those we found out that I had high metal toxicity, and was really poisoning my body. And so, I look at our detox, being able to use that every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to actually get my blood work done again. And more of that story will actually come out as the days and the weeks and the months come along, because it truly is. I mean, I feel like not just because it's my story. I feel like it's an inspiring story to help to know other people. You're going to go through. You're going to go through your ups and downs, and health is going to be ups and downs. But to know that these products, every single one of them, have truly helped me. And you'll learn more about it.
I remember the phone call. I remember the phone call when she said, "Oh my gosh, Alan, I just got my test back, and I'm toxic, and I've got tons of metal in my body." Metallosis. And I said, okay, perfect. And so I actually reached out to one of my naturopathic doctors. We've got hundreds of them. And I said, let's talk about this. And they're like, get her on, the Pure Body Extra Zeolite and the Pure Body, both those products immediately. And usually it's 3 times a day. They said 5 times a day. Because if you got metal in your body,
probably do it more than
carry it in my pocket. Yeah,
it's a constant.
That's right. That's instead of chewing gum, you're spraying. Yeah. And so, the results has been amazing. And so moving forward, I know that we can't cover everything here.
No.
We just wanted to do an intro video, but I want to let you know that Christina has some amazing goals, and she's ready to move forward, and we're locking arms together to do this. And if you're watching this, and if you have questions, you can reach out to Christina. You can reach out to me. We'll be glad to help you. We're back in the day when they said the road shows, we're going to be doing Zooms. We're going to be doing conference calls. We're going to be doing three-way calls. We're going to be doing, if you want us to come visit you at your house, we'll be there. I've got a motorhome and we'll travel. We'll load up Todd and
we on the way.
That's right.
Where are you?
That's right. So we're excited, and look for. We're hoping within the next 7 to 10 days. I don't want to overpromise. To look for an article to come out in Business for Home that's going to talk all about Christina and all about her history and her past. And I can just tell you, if you've worked with her in the past, and the short time that I've been working with her, well, really, it's been longer than it feels like.
I know.
Since January.
I feel like I've known you forever.
But she's had a couple of surgeries since then, and so just being able to work with her has been a blessing, and it's a blessing not only to me. I think you talked to Eddie yesterday, or today.
We communicated.
Yep, back and forth with Eddie, and so we're blessed and excited to have Christina, one of the top industry leaders when it comes to team building. Her heart, her passion for this, for helping people, for growing teams, and for helping people improve their health. It's just been an honor for me to just talk to her and bend her ear, because you've been there, you've done that, and it's always amazing.
I've certainly bent his a lot.
Yeah. So we're excited, and so today's the day. We're putting this out there today to let you know. Look for a text from her. Look for a phone call from her. I say this: you may be with a company right now, and you may, and one of the things that we do here, which is again unique, is you can continue doing what you're doing and build here too. If you just want to add the affiliate aspect of it. I've got some girls who they're not network marketers. They just say, I know a bunch of affiliate marketers that I can bring on board. Okay, great. You get commission off the tree, plus you get a 20% check match.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And so you can stay where you are. We're not asking you to leave. If you're looking for a new home, we'd be welcoming you with open arms, but you can continue doing what you're doing there. And if you're looking for a home, I invite you, all we invite you to do is do your homework. Do your homework.
And I'll just, in closing, just say, I will be putting a lot more videos out there, but I'll just say in closing, for this evening is that, yes, I have 22 years experience, but Alan and I are working, we have truly, you hear the saying, we've locked arms, but we truly have locked arms with this. And, there's such a trust. I know you've heard me say this before. You can really trust, less than, fingers on one hand of people that you can really trust. And I have that with Alan. We both know that we each other will have each other's back always and forever. But he's been here for really since inception. And so he knows answers to questions that I'm still learning. But between the two of us, and he talks about my passion. He doesn't really have to do this anymore. He could really just sit and collect a check. But his business continues growing every single day. He is out there every single day. He is training. He is helping people nonstop. I mean, nonstop. And this is who I have the honor to be able to work with every single day. And you'll have that privilege as well. So I just, just reach out. Let's just talk. Let's just catch up.
Absolutely.
And so just definitely looking forward to that. And I just appreciate us being able to get together.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's been great. And again, as she said, one of the reasons that I am still here is because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. And then when you get to bring people like Christina on board and look at where we're going and the things she's going to be doing, just now starting. So you just decide. I always say there's 3 types of people in the world. There's people who, watch things happen. Yeah. There's people who go out there and make things happen. And then 6 months from now, people who wonder what the heck happened.
That's true.
And we know all three. So we'd love to have you. We'd love to have a conversation with you. We'd love to put some tools in your hands, just some information, because, I'm confident in saying I'm confident you'll be impressed. So if you're open to just taking a look at the opportunity, open to take a look at some information. If you miss this lady, because a lot of people do, her phone's been hot, then let's connect with her, and we'll get you moving forward in whatever capacity that is. You may say, hey, I want to be one of that 72%. I want to be a customer.
Yeah, and also ask us, which we will talk about in another video, when you find out about the marketing system that we have. Yeah. It's powerful. That it's powerful within itself. So there's nobody out there that does that. I can tell you that I looked at our back office will tell you how many
page visits you've had, how many people have looked at your site every day, every day. And yesterday I had 128 unique visitors
Yeah.
to my page. And I'm not sending, I'm just out there sharing stuff,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's just one of the many,
Can't
many
wait for you to
tools.
learn more about that because it is
Yeah.
incredibly powerful. Those tools
Yeah.
are phenomenal.
Well, we're blessed to be here. Thank you, and blessed to have you on board.
Thank
And
you.
we're just praying for your continued improvement in your health. And we look forward to talking with each and every one of you. So have
Thank
a
you
blessed
all.
day.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.